This is Trade Flow News, bringing you relevant news and insights from around the world. Trade Flow News, enabling trade for SMEs and economies worldwide.
Welcome back to TradeFlow TV. You know the drill. Markets move fast, and if you're not ahead, you're under. It is Wednesday, July 29th, 2026. The peace pause that sent energy markets tumbling earlier this week has violently evaporated. A catastrophic explosion in the Strait of Hormuz has instantly re-injected extreme risk premiums. First up, the 60-second commodities flash, tanker explosion rocks Hormuz, an oil tanker reportedly struck a naval mine and exploded in the Strait of Hormuz. Brent crude, which had retreated on hopes of diplomacy, violently reversed course and is surging back toward $88.50 a barrel this morning. Meanwhile, silver cools but holds the line. Silver prices are taking a breather, pulling back below the $60 per ounce psychological threshold in early trading. However, the underlying enterprise demand from AI data centers and the solar sector remains intensely robust, creating a fascinating consolidation zone. Heat dome threatens U.S. corn. A persistent heat dome is settling over the central U.S. just as the critical corn crop enters its vital pollination phase. Corn futures are catching a bid as early yield estimates begin to shrink. Finally, beef supply chain shakeup. The USDA announced the phased reopening of the southern border to Mexican cattle imports, starting August 24th after a ban due to the New World screwworm. Let us take a deep dive into why the tanker explosion in the Strait of Hormuz proves the maritime risk premium is permanent and how ag futures are in chaos. The data hitting global terminals this Wednesday morning is a stark reminder that geopolitical friction cannot be simply priced out by optimistic algorithms. Look at the Strait of Hormuz reality check. Monday's 6% plunge in oil prices, driven by reports of a pause in U.S. strikes on Iran, was a classic paper market overreaction. The explosion highlights a terrifying reality. Even if the missiles stop flying, the water remains laden with lethal naval mines and conflicting sovereign mandates. Iran's insistence that vessels only use Tehran-approved corridors essentially places the world's most critical energy chokepoint under state-controlled rationing. The surge in Brent proves that the war risk premium is not a temporary spike. It is a structural tax on global energy that will continually feed inflation. This brings us to silver's consolidation. Silver dipping back below 60 an ounce might look like a retreat, but it is actually a healthy structural shift. The physical reality is that AI data centers require a 15 to 20% surge in silver intensity by 2026 to manage extreme thermal loads. This industrial demand is completely inelastic. Enterprise buyers are using these dips below 60 to aggressively secure long-term physical supply. At the same time, look closer at the agricultural whiplash. The markets are currently trapped between a devastating weather event and a massive regulatory shift. The U.S. heat dome is arriving at the worst possible moment. As corn pollination begins, the lack of soil moisture threatens to significantly compress yields. But while grains are catching a weather-driven bid, the livestock sector just experienced a regulatory shock with the Mexican cattle import reopening. Here is the trade flow take. The explosion in the Strait of Hormuz confirms that the era of cheap, frictionless logistics is over. Do not attempt to short energy into this geopolitical chaos. The maritime risk premium is here to stay. Use the silver consolidation to fortify positions. In agriculture, expect extreme volatility. Go long on crops threatened by the heat dome, but maintain a defensive posture on livestock. Head to TradeFlow TV so your dashboard stays perfectly locked. Stay liquid, stay sharp, have a great trading session, and we will see you tomorrow.
That is all for today's news on commodity markets. Stay tuned to Trade Flow News as we continue to provide you with more updates. We also invite you to follow us on Twitter at Trade Flow News, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop to receive information from there.